Bowl MVPs, Lynn Swann and Hines Ward. And now, we got to talk quarterbacks. 2 quarterbacks, 2 eras, 1 standard, Super Bowl champions, and legends of the city. Ben Roethlisberger. And 1 more, Terry Bradshaw. This is Steelers football. Go Steelers!
Okay, these players for the next generation of stars.
For the next generation of stars.
Starting tonight. Pittsburgh. This is a moment you've all been waiting for. Yin's ready?
Not really.
All right. The 2026 NFL Draft is officially open. The Las Vegas Raiders
Who they
are on
pick?
the clock.
Bing.
Woo!
TikTok, and that is the way to start things off from Pittsburgh. Time for best available. Thanks to Verizon. Lance Zierlein, by the way, on NFL.com, over 400 players Lance wrote up. This is a closer look at his best guys. And Lance, you've been raving about Fernando Mendoza on Mock Draft Live with Bucky the last couple weeks or so. I know you think that he not only deserves to be the number 1 overall pick, but will be that selection.
Yeah, he's the number 1 selection. I think we all know that. What we really are interested in is how he's going to fit in with this offense. I think it's a perfect fit with Clint Kubiak. One of the things that stands out most about
What up?
is that his mechanics are so
What's good?
repeatable. He's really put a lot into from the ground floor up, repeatable mechanics. He's a great decision maker. 39 touchdowns and no interceptions over the last 2 years. And that's one of the things he's got the ability to recognize what the defense is doing and attack them with clear. That's something you have to have.
Good chat.
You can sit down because of those mechanics. They don't have a big arm, but
The draft.
You know that he's got accuracy on all.
For you. Don't let heartburn get in the way of the food you love. Get fast, powerful relief with coffee.
What y'all got going on?
Every game's better when you love
Football plays to win games. That's what he's able to do. It's a good leader. Phenomenal job for the Raiders, given what they want to do with Dustin. It's a perfect marriage. Talk about his game, where he's a high IQ quarterback at the same time in anticipation. I think because has been known to make average players Pro Bowlers, MVPs, and Lance had a chance to really see.
What's good?
Match up.
What y'all got going on?
Down in Houston, when you put him in the system, he is going to
Houston, we have a problem.
If they surround him with the right playmakers,
I don't know,
but
they-
right
he's
now
moved
on
on.
the surface, you can't get a better match between play caller and playmaker at quarterback position.
You know, Lance, we talked about this quarterback position and really in this class saying, hey, this isn't the defense.
Yeah,
In
go.
fact, most of the mocks only have 1 quarterback taken in round number 1 on NFL.com, and that's Mendoza. How does he stack up to other previous number 1 overall quarterbacks?
I think he stacks up pretty well. I mean, it depends on. I have him a little bit below where I had him.
Kinda
on
warm.
where Bryce Young was. I got him ahead of C.J. Stroud. Bryce hasn't, played up to that level up to this point. Bryce.
I forget y'all.
But he would be typically, depending on the draft class, he would be either 1, 2, or 3 in most of these draft class. In my opinion, I think he's a player who
Gang.
he doesn't get rattled. So he has the poise, he has the anticipation, as Bucky mentioned. He throws with great accuracy, and he's a good decision maker. All those elements. And by the way, he's 6'5", 236. I think people sleep on how big he is.
I think he's that big.
Yeah, There's a look at the Raiders draft room as they get set to make this #1 overall selection. It's funny, Bucky, because this is like the worst kept secret, right? I mean, Kirk Cousins goes and signs there. He's talking about sitting there watching film, excited about the upcoming season for him. There's not drama at 1, but this is a fan base that's been able to celebrate with this selection for a couple weeks now.
Yeah,
What's up, Jose? What's up, Jose Renee?
Fernando Mendoza being the
What up, what up, what up?
franchise. And when you think about minority owner Tom Brady and how Tom Brady's talked about the way that we have to develop quarterbacks in this league, they try to do everything they can.
How you doing?
With a play caller and Clint Kubiak. They then surrounded him with
Hi.
a mentor in Kirk Cousins, who plays the game in the same way. You got to remember,
Right on.
Kirk Cousins' best
What up, what up, what up, what up?
We're under Clint Kubiak. With Clint Kubiak, he has quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. So they understand it. He can kind of preach the truths of this offense because he's seen it work. And now it's about, in this draft, getting him enough playmakers where he can be successful. But right now, on paper, this looks like a perfect fit.
I actually love when you go with this and Buck and Lex.
What you got going on?
Shows over the last couple of years of both of you guys. The evaluation process is one thing, fit is another thing. You tell me, is there enough right now for this organization to surround Mendoza where he's not running for his life, he is not going to get sunk over the course of the upcoming season, just based off of the results? There's a reason why the Raiders would pick him 1 overall.
Well, I mean, that's what the draft is for, to fill in those pieces. I think they've done a really good job up to this point. Kirk Cousins is literally the perfect player to fit Mendoza. I think they have similar personalities, and I think they both love ball the same way. Getting the right mentor with him in the locker room is big. I think Tom Brady has
49ers.
with an earshot is a huge deal.
Go Niners.
I'm really interested to see what they do in the first 3 rounds, because this is where you have
What up, Nate?
the building blocks are established.
What up, Nate?
They've got Genty there. Do not sleep on Ashton Genty. I understand they didn't have a great year last year. They didn't have an offensive line.
I forgot the draft is coming on today.
That should be a priority this year. Yeah, the offensive line has to be a priority.
I'm just gonna see who goes where.
You have to think, make sure this offensive line is solid and certain. You talk about Ashton Genty being
Like, I don't know none of these boys. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't heard who all being drafted.
For the Raiders when we look at where they have to go in this draft.
Yeah, look, Brock Bowers, you can name check him. You mentioned Genty, but by the way, every time he touched the ball, it felt like there was already penetration.
I'm definitely gonna send you my Carolina boys.
Just a little inside baseball. We
How you doing, man? Just chilling, yeah.
Every single
It's
thing.
been hot today.
Notice in a pen,
It's been hot, man.
This has already written down the first.
Jeez.
Old school, well, exactly. Well, you're old school too. You got the notepad and the whole thing. Let's get you out to the Raiders pick in Pittsburgh.
The pick is in. The pick is in. What you got going on? Did you say your son had this tournament?
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza.
Indiana.
Just like we drew it up, time for Welcome to Prime
Woo.
Time. 5. You can see the reaction.
Just got home from baseball game. Okay, baseball practice.
This
Okay.
is what we had anticipated.
From one sport to another. Basketball tourney this week or this weekend.
First
Yes, sir.
Heisman Trophy winner that Indiana has had, leading that Hoosiers team to a national championship. And when it's all said and done, this is now the new face of the franchise, Bucky. And look, there's still a lot of positives here around what his game can bring.
Yeah, a lot of positives about what he can bring in. Look, we talk about the quarterback position in so many different things. A lot of times, coaches will tell you accuracy and decision making. But the other part that they leave out is toughness. And the one thing that we've seen from Fernando Mendoza is a level of toughness that your franchise quarterback must exhibit.
2.5 hours, 3.5 hours away. Damn.
And he is showing good shots and delivery.
Is that where that is that like in Philadelphia somewhere?
You can't question.
Where's that? Philadelphia? I don't know.
You can't question his arm.
Maryland? Where the hell is it?
But if you're a Raiders fan, you should be excited about the quarterback in Canada.
You know,
Albany,
Bucky made
hold
a
on.
great point. His toughness is one of the things that really stands out. For
Albany,
me.
okay.
And
Albany, god damn.
I go back to 2020.
Shit.
He got the brakes beaten off him.
That's a long, that's a ride.
A lot of
Yeah,
quarterbacks
Albany,
are
New York,
CEOs.
okay.
They speed up their process. The internal
Upstate,
clock gets messed
upstate.
up. You know, we see it sometime in the NFL. He didn't let that happen to him. When he got to Indiana, when
Damn.
guys were in his face, most notably on that famous touchdown throw to Omar Cooper in the back of the end zone at the end of the game against Penn State, he never let all of the old demons of of taking hits and 40-plus sacks at Cal, it never bothered him. He continued making decisions.
Work
He
your
continued
ass
to
off.
play-
Nah, I was off today.
he continued to play tough.
Hell no.
That's something that really stands out.
We ain't
to
do
me.
nothing.
Through
We
all
probably gonna do a
adversity,
job
in
tomorrow.
one game
We're
adversity,
gonna do another job tomorrow. We'll finish the job we had yesterday
But
tomorrow.
that's where the 6'5", 236 comes in too. You can be a lot tougher when you're not.
And be off until like Monday.
And you're 6'5", 236.
And I think the thing Lance talks about, if you're a scout that is really doing your due diligence, you have to go back and watch the film from Cal.
Sure.
And the reason why you want to watch it is you always want to at Cal, the game was different. It was more RPOs. It was more Mendoza getting on the perimeter. You saw his athleticism show out. But the thing that stands out to me,
So we just chilling.
He had 10 games with 250-plus yards. That
Feet
is
kicked up.
comfortable.
Might go get me a brew, put a brew in my hand. Nah.
66.4. To think about what he did at Cal and to watch him grow in a major way, significantly, at Indiana, you have to feel good about his upside potential.
You know, you
Oh!
you guys know,
Probably about eating some, eating something.
SEC last couple of years. I remember
Eating
when
some.
he won that starting job. You sit there and you go, hey, like, what is this kid? And going to end up being, because he was knocked around a ton. But just those numbers, statistically speaking, that's not what Cal was doing. Like,
No.
that's kind of remarkable based off of what that offense has looked like over the last 7 or 8 years. So it is a testament to what he can bring to the table. This kid also, by the way, was supposed to go to Yale, then Cal, the number one public institution in the country. Something tells me absorbing a playbook not going to be an issue for this kid.
I do know it's not going to be an issue. Now, I do
I already
I
did
do
that.
understand one of the
Okay.
concerns that you have with him.
I don't even feel like my ass touching the couch right.
Pocket. He doesn't have great pocket. So when the ball
yeah.
is at the gate, so to speak, he's not someone that really can escape.
You already know.
And double-A gap blitzes, you got to have him blocked up right. You need a smart center who's making the right calls. You need a smart guard, center guard. You need
Cold
to
one in the
make sure
hand.
that the protection
Flipping
is at
TV.
least average to above average. If you do that, his superpowers can shine. If you don't, it's a little bit of a kryptonite for him. So you really have to have, I think, good protection. But
Yes,
that's where
sir,
the
Steve.
Kubiak stuff comes in also, the play action, and he's gonna have to learn to play.
I need to get my damn air tripping still. I gotta get my damn air fixed. My damn air tripping.
And it's not
My air ain't working
more
right now.
managerial than transcendent. And that is
They
okay.
got to send somebody over here.
In comparison to Jerry Goff, that is a very valid one. Jerry Goff is
At 4 o'clock, you know what I mean?
The guy that led the
My
Rams
shit
to the
tripping.
Super Bowl, didn't win it, but he's done those things. So if surrounded by the right weapons, put in the right situation.
I don't got no good air right now.
Without having these superior.
I need to get me like a fan right here, so I need to go get me a fan.
A fan base that is as excited.
All right, man,
as
holla
any
back.
other, and really just kind of waiting for a team that they can
Holla
root
back,
for,
Willie.
where they're not seeing a ton of mistakes.